What is up, everyone? My name is Mr. J, and today I am bringing you a Digimon market watch. So, Time Stranger officially released on Friday the 24th, and today's Monday the 26th at the time of recording. And I want to go into Time Stranger because, dude, there have been so many sales. It's been crazy. Like the price fluctuation has been off the charts. It's just like up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I want to get into some of the cards. Let's start off with just Time Stranger, the full set. The rare pulls, we won't really get into them, but of course they're SPs, so they're really expensive. I think the most beautiful to me is Jupitermon SP, and then Dan and Kanan SP looks amazing. For 248, it's actually not that bad, but I'm not spending that much money. What I want to talk about specifically is the secret rares. So the secret rare Homeros alternate art has been honestly pretty stable. I think pre-sales around $65, and it was making sales. It's dipped a little bit, but it's still pretty expensive, right? It's still leading the altered secret rares in price. $60, honestly, I don't think it's that bad. $60 is not that bad, because if we check the regular art is $40, right? So for $20 more, you could get the altered. But I mean, I bought a playset on Thursday night basically into Friday morning, and it's actually gone up because it used to be $30, like 32. Like you'll see it says 124, but I know like at some point I was buying them, I bought them for $32 basically on release day, and now they're $40. There's 14 listings, and Crazy Nick's Cards has them for about $40 basically. So you get a playset. I thought I made a mistake buying Homeros, but the more I see videos of Homeros being used and being able to activate the end of turn effect to activate an on player when digivolving effect of one of your Olympus XII trade Digimon is kind of crazy, right? Because you could Venusmon twice, or you could, I think Venus and Neptune are the craziest ones. So I think being able to activate their effects twice in one turn or back-to-back turns is pretty crazy. And yeah, it's kind of worth its salt. Honestly, Homeros, I'm not sure if I'm using that phrase correctly, but that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I think it's worth it. Maybe like 2 copies if you don't have it. Like, if you're interested in Time Stranger set, I would definitely pick up 2 copies of this at minimum. Next up, the other secret rare, Jupitermon. So Jupitermon has actually been stable for the alt art, right? It says it's dipped 24% in price, but maybe pre-sale it was a little bit more expensive. No, yeah. 65, someone actually bought copies, but other than that, it's been at 50. And honestly, I think it's a decent price. Crazy Nick has the same. You could buy it $49 per copy. And I wanted to talk about Jupitermon because let's look at this, the regular secret right here. Man, like, I don't want to talk too much smack about Bandai, but I know, like, we know that the game has a promo problem, right? And Jupitermon is a secret rare, Homeros is a secret rare, and then Bandai was like, you know what? What if for the Jupitermon deck, we make all the rookies promos? That sounds amazing, right? Like, you know, I know these promos are super. You know what? What if we make all the Time Stranger rookies promos? The Demi promo, Patamon promo, and then the Gomamon promo. Yeah, yes, that sounds like a great idea. Now I have to spend. I did the calculations, and to get this deck, Jupitermon, if you don't have anything, you need to spend about $500. I'm not kidding. It's about $500. And then Bandai was like, you know what? What if the level 5 Aegyo the other one, the promo? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's make it a promo. That's amazing. Sounds great idea, Bandai. Great idea. Rant aside, the deck is expensive, is what I'm trying to say. To make Jupitermon is going to be expensive. Speaking of Jupitermon, just the regular secret rare. On release day, it was like $18, $19. Now it's kind of doubled in price. There's only 7 listings left. If you want to play set, it's going to be $40 per copy. Which in that case, like, it makes sense just to get the altar, right? Because Crazy Next, it's $50. I mean $40. Why not just get the alt arts for 50, just $10 more? And yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to play Jupitermon this set, but then I was, like I said, I thought about it, and to make the deck good, you do have to buy the promos. So do with that what you will. Let's move on. I'm gonna stop talking smack about Bandai. I want. All right, let's continue. Yeah, because I was like, I want to be a good content creator, and I want to support them the best way I can. I really like this set, by the way, Bandai. I just there's some of the practices I don't agree with, right? Venusmon alt art is $55. Has been pretty stable, honestly, the alt art for Venusmon. And yeah, this is Sasasi. This reminds me a lot of the Buyouts alt arts that came out in around the starter deck time. But Venusmon, from just a super rare, has dipped down in price. It was pretty stable at $5 over the weekend. Now it's dropped down to $3. I do think this is one of the best Olympus 12 in the deck, or in the set, right? Because you trash all the Evo cards and then you stun 2 things regardless of Evo cards. So I think it's good. The only bad thing I think is, it was not the best with Venusmon, is that the on play is not the easiest to trigger because you have to have 3 or less. Now Neptunemon has actually been dipping in price, the alt art, but yeah, it's been dipping in price. Still a lot of listings, and honestly, I would probably just pick this one up if you're planning to play Neptunemon, because the regular art Neptune is $10. You see the price increase here. It's actually had a price increase of 171%, almost 200 basically. On release day, I picked them up for $1.50 the playset, and I really wish I would have picked up more playsets of Venus or Neptunemon, because I told my friend Jose, I was like, this is the best Olympus 12 Digimon. He's so good. It's the easiest to trigger. The on-play is the easiest to trigger. Defensively, offensively, it's the best card. Like, not only does it have evade, it has evade 3 times, and then you get to save other TS Digimon on the field. So it's actually really good when you hard play it. And then when on play, when Digivolving, you get to return all of your opponent's Digimon with the fewest Digivolution cards to the bottom deck. So it does really well into whiteboards. And with Homeros, obviously, being able to trigger this twice in one turn is kind of crazy, right? So I think Neptunemon is the best Olympus 12 Digimon in the set, other than Jupitermon, because that's a secret rare, right? But as a super rare, it's the best one. Minervamon alt art has actually jumped in price. I think it was around $25, $30 on release day. Yeah, 25. Some people actually picked it up at 20. Doubled in price. Sasasi again. I don't really like the artwork style for like the Sasasi comic book like this, but I think it's a good card. I do think it's a good card. If you don't want to spend $50 on Minervamon, which I do not think she's worth 50, I would just pick up the regular super rare. And I know I just said she's not worth 50, but I also think this is the second best Olympus, because this is the... Did I say Neptune was the easiest? Minerva's definitely the easiest on play to trigger, because you only need to have an Iliad trait Digimon or Tamer on the board to reduce the play cost. She also has a D-Digivolve effect. She can also play something 5 cost or lower, Digimon or Tamer, that's Iliad. So I think this is also very versatile. You definitely want 4 copies of Minervamon if you're planning to play TS. Marukimon's kind of a sleeper too. It's been going down the alt art in price. And yeah, 33, but there's only 77 listings left. Interesting. So once Crazy Nick's here's are gone, it's around 40, basically. $40, 35, 40. I would just pick up the regular art. Actually, you know what? The Marukimon has been going up in price. Well, I think I picked them up for $3.69 on release day, but now it's $3. You see the foil price here, down 72% from release day. Yeah, but you could have bought a playset over the weekend for $2, basically. A copy. $2 a copy. Moving on. Styrakomon. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think I'm mispronouncing that, because I don't know. I don't play the Medusamon deck, so Styrakomon. Alt art. $40. This has been going up in price because it was, yeah, around $25 on release day. I think the art looks really good. Spare Ribs did it, And obviously Medusamon, I don't know if Medusamon gets more support in EX11, but this Dirakomon has been pretty steady. The alternate, I mean, has gone up, but the regular super rare art has been pretty steady. I think it's actually $1 more than on release day. It says 35% increase. So let's check. Yeah, it was about 10 bucks on release, so maybe $2 more now. And it's been holding steady. It's been holding steady, hasn't been going up, hasn't been going down. Like, it's the $2 that's gone up, but it was already pretty high to begin with, right? So Dirakomon, I think it's actually leading the set in the super rare price for the Digimon. And then the last one I want to talk before I move on, the last one I want to talk about before I move on to the promos is the Dan and Kanan Yuki. So this was $350 on release night, and I actually bought a playset. I bought one from Pro Play Games, but they refunded my order. They're like, oh, we don't have the last copy. And I was like, bro, and now it's $15. It just kept jumping up, and now the baseline is 15 bucks. And I think you need the card because it depends on what type of Olympus deck you're trying to play or TS deck you're trying to play, but you gain a memory basically if you have 4 or less, and then end of your turn you get to use an option card with as high or lower a use cost as your opponent's memory from your hand without paying the cost. But then one of your Digimon with the TS trait may attack, so it's end of turn blitz, and it's actually really good with the, is this Cyclomon? I forgot, but one of the level 4s in the set has Raid and Rush. So you can hard play it and then tap the Dan and Yuki end of turn to swing for game, which is really cool. But hopefully you picked up yours on release day for $4 basically. You see the price increase here. It's 105% increase since release day. So with that being said, I remember at some point the alt art was $30 over the weekend, but obviously jumped up because why would you pay $15 for the super rare when you could spend a little bit over, like double, and get the alt art, right? It just makes sense to get the alt art at that point because it's only double. Sometimes with like alt arts, if it's like a 500% price increase or like 1,000% price increase, because there are cards like that, alt arts, right, over the original, it's like it doesn't make sense. But this one's just double. It's just 200% of the regular price, and obviously it makes sense just to get the alt art at that point. But now it's 50 bucks, so 50 bucks for the alt art. And this actually looks really nice. Now I wanted to move on to the promos. So for the promos, here are the Time Stranger promos. They were about $4 or $5 maybe 3 weeks ago, but obviously they jumped up because, I mean, they all let you digivolve. The Pada, Demi-Devi, and Goma have the same start of main phase effect, but the inheritables are different. So Pada's -2k when attacking, Demi-Devi's when attacking, draw 1, discard 1, and Gomamon is if you have 7 or fewer, draw a card. So I wanted to go over just one of them. So Gomamon, for example, is pretty expensive. It's just started main phase. Yeah, you'll see the price increase. Oh my god, the price increase is almost 400%. 400%. That's crazy. You need copies of this. If you're playing Jupitermon especially, you need like 2 playsets of this. I think I've seen the deck list run 7 of the rookies, so you can get away with 7. But point being, these are pretty expensive. Like if you want to play the deck, you're gonna have to spend the money on it. And like I said, it's for Sea Beast or TS trade, which is everything in the Time Stranger set. You need this guy. So hopefully you got him. Like what I would suggest is if your tourney has promo packs and they give them out for participation or for winning, just go to your locals a few times a week. Hopefully a few times a week, right? Like twice, or go to different locals. I would suggest going twice. But yeah, that's the only way you're going to get them, honestly, is going to your locals, participating, and then hopefully you get them in the packs. The Aegeomon, same thing. You kind of need 4 copies of it to play the Jupitermon deck. So like I said, you need 4 copies of this Aegeomon, $12 market price. I think you can get a playset for 13. So 13, 26, 39, 52 basically. The other promo I wanted to talk about was the Kanan Yuki tamer. I think this is the best one. This is the promo because if you have 4 or less memories, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That's just start a main phase. You don't gain a memory, but you get to suspend. So it's like board interaction. The important part is when any of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with the TS trait, by suspending this tamer, draw 1 card. Or reduce the evil cost by 1. Wrong card. Reduce the evil cost by 1. It's actually gone down, and there's a bunch of them on sale for about $250. I would pick up a playset of this one because I think this is a good investment, honestly. It's one of the promo cards that are super low, and I think it's really good since it's both interaction on your opponent's turn, or I mean on your turn, interact with your opponent's Digimon, and for you it reduces evil cost. And I think the last thing I wanted to talk about was the box toppers. So for some reason, it took a while for these box toppers to show up on TCG Player, and you'll notice there's 2 missing. We're missing the Millenniummon, and we're missing the Kazuhamon, right? So they've been dipping in price. I think the Chaosmon, it says $7 right now. It says market price $10, but I swear when it was first listed, it was at like $18 or $19. Why? Because people were trying to get their hands on these box toppers, and for some reason TCG Player hasn't listed them yet. So all these are pretty cheap. Again, the only one that's not listed is the Kazuhamon. And so if we go to eBay, like we'll see the Kazuhamon at $40, dude. $40 is insane. I'm not paying $40. I'm not paying $40 for this. And it kind of makes me upset because like these sellers are obviously milking it, right? Like they see they're not on TCG Player, so they're kind of controlling the market, and it's like, oh, you know what? We're going to set it at $40. People have no choice. They have to buy them because where else are they going to buy them? You know, unless you get them at locals, you get them from a friend or something, you're not going to get this on TCG Player. And it's a one of, maybe 2 of max in the Sakuyamon deck. And the fact that they don't have it available is kind of annoying. Like, it's frustrating. This is a box topper, right? All the other box toppers are pretty cheap. I would just wait until it comes out on TCG Player. Like I said, I only want 1 copy. I want 1 copy, maybe max 2, but it's just very frustrating. It hasn't come out yet. So if you're looking for the Kazuhamon, it's just not on TCG Player yet, and I would just suggest waiting. But let me go back. And so that was the set. What did you guys think so far? Did you guys pick up your Homeros? Did you pick up all, like, let me know in the comment section down below how much money you spent on this set so far. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to play Time Stranger, but I've seen the deck list. I love how it plays, and like a lot of the decks play, and so I'm picking up a few decks from the set. If you guys enjoyed the market watch, then let me know, man. Let me know. The best way to let me know is just to hit that like button. That helps me out a lot. And then just subscribing. If you subscribe specifically to this video, I'll see that. So I'll be able to see like, oh, they really like it. They want me to continue doing more. And then that way I can continue doing them weekly. Because if I do them, if I know that there's a demand for these videos, I'll do them weekly. But anyways, if you guys like the video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. My name is Mr. J. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.